everyone! Happy Valentine's Day! Welcome to a surprise live stream here at the Jayda and Stitches show with myself, Jayda, and Mr. InStitches.
Hello, everybody. You always catch me off guard.
I know. I do it on purpose. This is my little way of trolling you.
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Welcome everybody. We are going to make a teddy bear today because how freaking appropriate is that? I mean, if you don't have a Valentine, yourself is your best Valentine, and you may as well make yourself a stuffed toy. Or, you know what? Easter's coming. Birthday seasons are coming. So there's always a good reason to make a little teddy bear. Somebody could use a teddy bear. We Wow, wouldn't I love to be able to say that? I invented the teddy bear. No, I designed a teddy bear pattern back in 2014, and it's been up in the shop for quite a while. And we recently took the opportunity to refresh it. We are going back through some of our older patterns and refreshing them. This pattern doesn't have a tutorial, so we are doing a tutorial for it. It is a pretty large teddy bear. It's about 12 inches or 30 centimeters tall, and it's got a lot of flexibility. I'm going to make it using this soft pink plushy size 5 chunky yarn today because I want a plushy soft teddy bear. But you can also use regular size 4 medium weight yarn. I've done that. That's what's used in the original photographs. You can use a size 5 chunky bulky regular acrylic weight yarn. I've done that too. That's the pretty coral one in the pictures that you'll see over at the Etsy shop if you pop over and take a look at it. The one in the thumbnail is the original, and he's made using a regular size 4 brown acrylic yarn, but I'm going to just change things up a little bit. I'm going to use this plushy pink soft stuff that I made my strawberry out of the other day. I'm going to keep with the same hooks though, so nice tight stitching. In addition to my main teddy bear color, I want some contrasting color, so I'm going to use some white for the belly and the inside of the ears. This is your regular size 4 yarn. I got a little brown here for the nose. I just need a small scrap amount of that. I'll talk about the rest of this in a second. Pair of scissors, yarn needle, the usual accoutrements. If you're going to add safety eyes, then you don't need a needle and thread. I'm going to put on some buttons for the eyes today. So I've got a couple of cute little covered buttons and my needle and thread case and a couple of hooks. So I'm using a 4.5 millimeter hook for the main stitching of the bear. It's also known as a size 7. And for the smaller bits, like the contrasting yarn bits, I'm going down a half hook size to a 4 millimeter, also known as a G or a 6. So this is sort of for the smaller stuff. This is for the bigger stuff. If you are going to play with yarn weights, then you can also play with hook sizes. It'll just vary the size of the teddy bear a little bit, but not a gigantic amount. A little bit of light embroidery. That's what this brown yarn is for, to make his little snout and his nose. And the pattern is today's sneaky sale. It is available in our Etsy shop. We'll make sure there's a link to that in the description box down below. And it is on sale all day today. And happy Valentine's Day. I mean, who doesn't need a little a little sweet treat of a teddy bear? It's a fun pattern. We've revised it. We've also included a hair bow or a bow tie pattern and a little scrappy scarf if you wanted to make your bear a scarf. So a couple of little bonus patterns in that teddy bear pattern that's celebrating 10 years this year. So kind of excited about that. In addition to crochet, I did say last live stream I was going to have a hot chocolate next time. So I'm having a hot chocolate today. I think Mr. InStitches is... What are you sipping on, Mr. InStitches?
Wow. I didn't know you made it that good.
Did you not see me?
I didn't see you make that.
Putting this together?
Incredible.
This is amazing, can I just say?
Where'd you get the mushrooms? Or marshmallows?
I've got a bag of marshmallows. I have a bag of marshmallows.
Where did you sneak those? Where'd you hide those?
How do you think I made you Rice Krispie squares the other day?
Oh my goodness, that looks phenomenal. Can we see that again?
It's good.
Look at that hot chocolate.
It is very good. I have to say, 3 gigantic marshmallows.
Wow.
I even have a spoon in it.
That looks so good.
Yeah, it's quite good. Wow. Yum, yum, yum. All right, everybody. Welcome. Let's get started. In addition to the usual stitchery, you're going to want a bit of stuffing. I'm going to use this pom-pom yarn because it's insane and I can't do anything else with it. But it does make really excellent stuffing, so I'm going to put that aside for now. Let's go. All right. We are going to go for, I don't know, however long we do today. We may not get the bear finished today, but if we don't, we will just pick up where we left off on the next live stream. So no reason to feel like you've got to speed along. If you're going to be in and out, it's fine. This video isn't going to go anywhere. It's just going to get kind of like logged as a live stream. So when it's done, and you can come back and watch it. I know some of you are going to be in and out, and that's perfectly fine. So let's just get started. I'm going to follow the pattern as we have it written down. So I will be starting with my larger hook and my fluffy pink yarn. And this is how we start. I make most of the major bear parts first. I'm going to start with the head basically and work my way down. So here we go. Starting with the head, the larger hook, and the teddy bear color. We're going to make a cinch circle to start. So just remember to cross your yarn. Hook goes through the circle, grab the yarn, and then chain one. And that is your cinch circle made and secured. I'm going to single crochet eight single crochet into the circle. Hi, Joanne. Thank you for picking up a pattern. Thank you very, very much. So 8 single crochet into our little cinch circle. I'm working over top of my short tail. I want to make sure that I don't miss it, because that's how we cinch everything up nice and tight. And it's harder to see stitches when they're fluffy and plushy, but after a while you can kind of tell where they go. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's number 6, 7, and 8. So 8 single crochet into that circle, pull that little short tail and cinch it up nice and tight. And a stitch marker comes in extremely handy when you're working in the round. Goodness gracious, Robin, thank you. Thank you for picking up a pattern. I will be marking the first stitch of each row with my stitch marker so that I don't have to squint to keep track of where I'm at. There are 8 single crochet in the first row. Once we cinch that circle up nice and tight, we're not joining our rows with a cinch or a slip stitch. We're just going to keep working in the round. So find that first single crochet, sort of reach forward and slip your hook through it. Leslie, thank you for picking up a couple of patterns. Thank you very much. Into the first stitch of what was row 1, we are going to work the first couple of stitches of row 2. We're going to work 2 single crochet into each stitch all the way around, going from 8 to 16 stitches. So I work my first 2, and I mark the very first stitch of the row with my stitch marker so that I can see where it is when I get back to it. 2 single crochet in each stitch all the way around. That'll bring us up to 16 stitches at the end of row 2. And when you're using plushy yarn, just feel for the next stitch. You kind of know that it's not too far away. Miss Wendy, thank you so much for picking up a pattern. Just slip your hook kind of just to the side of where you know that this is where the one you just made is anchored, because you can sort of see it if you pull it away. Oh my God. Tammy, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. Happy Valentine's Day, guys. Thank you so much. So just slip your hook just to the side of where your last one was anchored, and it'll slip right through the next stitch. It's really easy to just feel your way around if you're using plushy yarn. Don't overthink it. That's the trick. Don't overthink it. That is the last stitch of what was row 1. I know that because I've marked the first stitch of row 2 with my stitch marker, and I've come right up against it. Hi, Donna. Thank you. Gosh. Thank you very much, guys. So that's 2 rows now complete. We're up to 16 stitches, and I'm going to take my stitch marker off now so I can work the first stitch of row 3 into what was the first stitch of row 2. Row 3, we're still increasing. 2 single crochet into that first stitch. I'm going to pause. I'm going to mark the first stitch with my stitch marker. So that's first stitch is marked. And the little increase pattern is 2 single crochet into the first stitch, which I've just done, and single crochet once into the next stitch. So it's your very common increase pattern. We're making a round ball. So we're going to go from 16 stitches in row 2 up to 24 stitches at the end of row 3. So 8 times we're going to increase 2 single crochet in the next stitch, followed by a single crochet in the next stitch. So that's 2 complete sets, that's 2 increases, and then 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, all the way back around to the stitch marker. We'll be up to 24 single crochets. Remember, you're just feeling forward for that next stitch. Again, Miss Wendy, thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, holy smokes. Lisa, thank you so much for picking up a pattern. I'm so glad so many of you could pop in and join us this afternoon. We were able to get through our workday a little quicker than normal, and we thought it would be fun to sort of spend some time with you guys, our favorite community, and crochet a teddy bear. Definitely time to make a full-on teddy bear tutorial. We did one a little while ago for a small one. I'm Katie. Thank you so much for picking up a pattern. So there we go. That is the end of row 3. We are now up to 24 stitches. Most importantly, it should be an ever-increasing circle, and it should lay relatively flat when you put it down on a surface. I am going to celebrate the end of row 3 with a sip of my hot chocolate. Let me just catch up quickly with the chat. Oh my goodness, Maria, thank you. Tim Hortons, everybody's talking about what they're sipping on. Love it. A cream cheese chocolate mousse cake. Oh my gosh, Miss Peaches. Oh my gosh, that sounds good. Now that's how you celebrate Valentine's Day. Yummy. Yes, Nina, this pattern is in the Etsy shop. It's our teddy bear pattern. It's the featured pattern. It's up top, and it's our sneaky sale of the day. Today's sneaky sale is our revised, with much love, stuffed teddy bear pattern. Today's sneaky sale. Aunt of Angels has already eaten all of her chocolates. Good for you. Oh my gosh, there's nothing quite like a yummy hot chocolate. Okay, where were we? We've just finished row 3. We are on the head. So starting with the head of the bear, it's nice to work from the top down. Let's work into row 4 together. We are still increasing. It's the last increase that we have to do in the head piece. So into the next stitch to start row 4, we're going to work 2 single crochets. I'm going to pause, mark that first of the 2 with my stitch marker so I know where it is. Amy, thank you. Thank you for picking up some patterns. We're going to single crochet once into each of the next 2 stitches, and then we repeat the pattern. 2 single crochet into the next stitch, followed by a single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. And that little pattern, we repeat it 8 times all around. We go from 24 up to 32 stitches. Hello, Jennifer. Jennifer with a membership milestone, the first membership milestone of the afternoon. Jennifer says, finally had my carpal tunnel surgery this morning. Oh my gosh! Holy cow! Well, I hope you're obviously not doing any crochet. I hope you're going to recover nice and quickly. I'm glad that's out of the way, eh? Goodness gracious. Good news. Good news that it's over and done with. Speedy healing to you, Jennifer. And there's Lisa. Lisa has been a member for 2 months. Thank you, Lisa. Lisa with a membership milestone as well says, thank you for everything you do, Jayda. You're a fantastic teacher. Well, thank you. And who doesn't want to buy a Christmas pattern on Valentine's Day? Hey, why not? It's never too early to get started on Valentine's Day, in my opinion. And Aria, hi Aria, welcome to Silk. Thank you so much for rejoining. I'm just going to figure out where I'm at. I think that was an increase followed by 2. So row 4, the increase pattern is 2 single crochet in the first stitch of the set, followed by a single crochet in each of the next 2. That brings us up to 32 stitches at the end of row 4. I'm just halfway through it here. Oh my. Sonia! Thank you, Sonia. Thank you for picking up a pattern. And we are just nearing the end of row 4. I've got 1 little increase left. That's 2 single crochet in the third last stitch of the row, followed by a single crochet in each of the last 2. That brings me right back up to my marked stitch, so I know I've finished the row, and I've got 32 stitches. Okay, now we are going to single crochet in each stitch all the way around for rows 5 through 11. So we're going to be single crocheting for a while. I'm still going to mark each stitch, or each first stitch of each row with my stitch marker. So that's stitch number 1. And then I like to get at least 1 stitch away, so I've got a little room to kind of put my little clip on. I can also see, you might even be able to see it now too. You can sort of see row 1, that nice little round bump in the middle, and it turns into row 2 right here. And then there's row 3 and row 4. Hi, Susie. Thank you for picking up a pattern. Row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4. So I'm going to start row 5 now. I've got the first 2 stitches into row 5. It's just a single crochet in each stitch all the way around, so no more increasing. We're just going to single crochet straight, as I like to say, for rows 5 through 11. And I'll just pause every once in a while and make sure that I haven't done too many stitches or crocheted too many rows, because at this point I start to go rather quickly, and I can kind of turn my brain off and take part in the chat a little bit. I really like this. I like working with plushy yarn, but I find sometimes it likes to twist a little bit. So as long as I pause every so often and just kind of gently straighten it out, I shouldn't have any tangling or knotting problems. Welcome, welcome everybody on a Wednesday afternoon. Happy
I think we have a
Valentine's
birthday
Day.
girl in the house.
Say that again.
In the digital house. Victoria, is that your birthday coming up, or is it today?
Wendy, thank you. Thank you, Wendy. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Nina. Victoria, was it your birthday? Happy belated birthday, Victoria. I'm going to take a pause and have a little sip of my hot chocolate. Cheers, everybody. Got a little marshmallow there. All right, so I'm back. I finished row 5. I'm going to start row 6, and the whole thing is going to start turning into a little bit of a bow shape. Hi, Tina. Thank you for picking up some patterns. It's going to start kind of turning up at the sides as we single crochet around and around and around. So I'm into row 6 now, just straight single crochet, working on the head of this plushy pink teddy bear. You can use safety eyes for this project if you want. If you do use safety eyes, you're going to want to put them in before you stuff the head. And you can pretty much decide anywhere you want. It's a round ball. The head's pretty round, so you can decide which side you think looks best. The head will be stitched to the body separately. So if you do put safety eyes on, it's not a big deal. You can sort of use where you place your safety eyes to kind of orient how you put together your head and body later on. If you're not using safety eyes, I am not, I'm just using some buttons. You can add them at the end when you've got the body hole put together and you're kind of putting the face together. So a couple of options. You don't have to put the you don't have to put your eyes on right away unless you're using safety eyes, and then I feel you might want to do that so you can get them in place before you stuff the head. Hello, Charles. Welcome. Member for 41 months. Thank you so much. Says Happy Valentine's Day. Love the live streams. Thank you. So do we. It's very fun to sort of sit here and hang out with you guys. This is our idea of a fun Valentine's Day.
There's only one problem with this live stream. You have a hot chocolate with giant marshmallows, and I don't.
I told you I was making a hot chocolate.
I think we have to cancel this live stream.
Oh my goodness. Yum.
You are such a hot chocolate sneaky one.
It's well, I said in the last live stream that I was going to have hot chocolate.
You did say that.
This live stream.
Oh, and to be fair, Jayda did make me my chocolate Valentine's Day cake.
Did.
And it's half eaten already.
I haven't even had a
Just
slice
FYI.
yet. Yes, I did make the chocolate cake. If you're a family member, I posted the recipe that I used to make the chocolate cake today over on the community tab. So a little kind of a Valentine's Day gift to you guys. Hey, Kimberly. Kimberly's been a member for 22 months. Kimberly with a membership milestone says, Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. And I wholeheartedly agree. It is a happy Valentine's Day when you spend it with friends. We've got Family Day coming up this weekend here in Canada. It's a long weekend for us, and Monday is Family Day in much of the country. I think the whole country gets the day off, but some of the provinces call it something different. Like, for example, I know Prince Edward Island calls it Islander Day, but it's Family Day in Ontario and much of the western provinces, I think. So that's coming. We have a long weekend to look forward to, which is just lovely. Always use a nice long weekend, but especially in February when it's dark. Let's see, I have completed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows. So I am starting row 8. And I am just single crocheting in every single stitch all the way around. And I'm just marking that first stitch of the row so that I know to pause at the end and just get my bearings. I love teddy bears too, Nina. Yes, the pattern is written exactly the way I will be putting it together in the live streams in which we do them. So you will always have a visual to come back to. And if ever any of you have an issue or a question with a pattern that you've bought at our shop, hi Mia, thank you for picking up a pattern. Speaking of,
patterns come with exceptional customer service.
Yes, always feel free to reach out at the shop. Just message us quickly, and we'll always be able to answer your questions. We can point you in the direction of the right tutorial, or a tutorial that we feel might help if you've got a specific question. So never hesitate to reach out if you've got a question. We're happy to help. That's why we're there. So that was row 8, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, I just finished row 8. I've got rows 9, 10, and 11 left to do here of just crocheting straight. Single crochet in every stitch all the way around. So I'm making a ball shape, obviously. You can sort of see it turning itself into a ball. Nice, soft, pink plushy yarn, but it's very easy. It's easier now to sort of see the individual rows and to maybe see some of the individual stitches, just because, like, I guess my tension is sort of evened out a little bit. So it's really not that difficult to work with. This is kind of like that velvety yarn. So if you've ever considered, maybe if you've got some velvet in your stash and you're not really sure what to do with it, then maybe consider making yourself a plushy toy, or somebody else. It does make a very nice toy. Feels lovely.
Did you get Kimberly's milestone?
I did.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I did, yeah. I'm just getting into the meditation now of this crochet around and around and around. I really like the way it feels. Okay, that's row 9 complete. I'm going to give myself a little slack on my yarn here. Hello, Mickey. Mickey's been a member for 37 months. Thank you, Mickey. Mickey says, made it to the live stream. Hello, hello. Glad you're here. Glad you could all make it. It looks like we've got about 150 people watching right now, and only, it looks like 84 likes. Can we get a like for everybody who's watching? That might help push it out into the algorithm, and some of the other people who are subscribed might get it land in their feed. The notification system doesn't always work, as we all know. Grumble, grumble. So if everybody gives it a quick like, then maybe we can capture a few more of the community this afternoon. Sort of a surprise live stream, but we thought it would be kind of fun to sit and hang out with everybody. I love written patterns. I buy them and instantly download them. That's one of the reasons I love digital files. And I buy a lot of I buy some embroidery, some cross-stitching patterns off of Etsy. I love the digital files because I can download them. So I can always have them on my phone or my computer, which means that they're available to me if I don't have access to the internet. But then I can print them too, which is, of course, I definitely do that with my sewing patterns. And I can sometimes do that if I feel like it for my knitting or my, you know, the cross stitch patterns, whatever patterns I buy, I can print them off and then I don't even need electricity. So I love it. I love being able to buy something and immediately have it available to me. So digital files are the best. Absolutely love them. All right, let's do a quick row count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10! All right, I have got one more row of straight single crochet to go. Working on this head here. Who's making possums? How adorable is that? All right, that is the end of row 11. So I still have 32 stitches in every row. That was the widest it gets for the head. End of row 11, so I'm going to start decreasing now. So into row 12, we're going to use the typical single crochet 2 stitches together stitch for decreasing. We're going to make 8 decreases in row 12 to go from 32 down to 24 stitches. So we're going to start with a single crochet 2 stitches together. So you pull up a loop in each of the next 2 stitches, yarn over, pull back through everything, and then we're going to single crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. So I'm just going to do that first full repeat series. There's stitch 1, 2, and my stitches 2 together. So that was the first stitch of the row. I'm going to mark that. And then I'm going to start again. Single crochet 2 stitches together, and single crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. Hi, Leslie! Leslie's been a member for 38 months. Thank you, Leslie. Leslie with a membership milestone says, hand thumb joint replacement surgery on Monday. Holy smokes, another one. So no crocheting for me for about 3 months, but at least I get to watch and plan. And journal! Planning and journaling. That's what I like to do if my body doesn't want to do any crochet. Well, I hope that goes nice and smoothly and quickly for you, Leslie. And then you're on the road to recovery ASAP. Melissa says, hey Jayda, do you know how to do an invisible decrease? It's a lot less bulky. I don't know. What do you define as an invisible decrease? I like single crochet 2 stitches together in this case because I don't really want any gaps. But I still want the stitch to count. So can you describe that? Sounds good. And last 2 single crochet. Okay, so I'm down to 24 stitches now at the end of row 12. And I'm going to be decreasing again for row 13. I'm not going to bother stuffing my head until I'm completely done. You'll see what I mean, because we actually leave the bottom of the head open. So there's no worries about trying to sort of stitch it shut or cinch up a bottom end or something, because we actually have a bit of a neck that we then sew to the body a little later on. Melissa says, there aren't. You slip your hook through the front loops of the next 2 stitches and then make a single crochet as normal. You slip your hook through the front loops of the next 2 stitches and then make a single crochet as normal. So these guys here, as opposed to, and then doesn't that turn the whole thing inward though? Let's see what it looks like. So this is a typical single crochet 2 together where I'd pick up a loop in each of the next 2 stitches, yarn over and pull back through everything. And this would be the front loops. Is this what we're talking about? Like the actual front loop of the stitch? No, the top of the stitch, says Melissa. Just the front loop? So just the front loop, not the whole stitch. Okay. I mean, I'm using plushy yarn, so maybe this isn't the best sort of to figure out. But okay, let me do a regular one. So here's a regular one. So it doesn't feel too thick. Let me try just the front loops. Just the front loops. I don't know. Maybe it's the yarn I'm using. I'm guessing that this might look a bit clearer. Or I should say, maybe it looks a little less bulky if you're using like a lighter weight yarn or a thinner yarn. But you know what? I will try it for this round. Why not? So we're going to single crochet 2 stitches together, whether you want to do it the old-fashioned way or the new way, as Melissa mentioned, with the 2 front loops. Single crochet once into the next stitch and repeat that 8 times. We're going from 24 down to 16. I'm going to try Melissa's suggestion here for each of these decreases. And I heard the bell. Mr. InStitches! Happy Valentine's Day from Mr. InStitches. He just gifted 5 memberships. Congratulations to Maritza, Claudia, Kate, Lori, and Wraith. Congratulations, guys. Welcome to and welcome back to the family.
I get to give myself the animation.
Yes, you do.
This one's for me.
Melissa says, not quite. Put your
welcome.
put your hook through the front loops, but don't pull up a loop until after you've gone through the loops. Okay. So let me try that. Put your hook through the front loops, but don't pull up a loop until after you've gone through this. So loop 1 and loop 2. Ooh, that's tight. Like that. And then pull up a loop and single crochet as normal, presumably. Okay. That's 1. Let me try that again. So through the first loop, through the second loop, then pull up a loop and single crochet. Oh yeah, I can see that. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, because this one you can sort of see the crossing of the 2 stitches together, and this one you don't really see it at all. All right, I'll try the rest of the row with half of that. So picking up a loop with the hook, but not actually picking up a loop. I can see how that makes it less bulky. A little tricky to see. And then picking up a loop and single crocheting as normal. Cool! Christine, thank you for picking up a pattern. You pick up the loops, then yarn over, says Summer. No yarn in between, says Melissa. Tambra says you do front loop, and then complete the stitch. Okay, guys, am I doing it right? So no, not picking up a loop. Boy, physical habit, eh? So hook through both the front loops of both the next stitches, then I pick up a loop, and then I single crochet. Have I got it? Yes, yes. Everybody says yes. The only problem is that I don't remember where I started the row because I got excited and forgot to put in my stitch marker. No big deal. Let's see if I can tell. That looks like 2 together. Well, you know what? I'll just count my stitches. Where am I at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18, so that means I've got 2 more decreases to go. Because this takes me down to 17. Oops, I did it again. This takes me down to 17. There we go. And then this should bring me down to 16. So let me do 1 more decrease. That is going to take a little getting used to. Old habits. All right. So here we go. Forgot to put in my little stitch marker, so now I got to make sure I've got 16 stitches. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Okay, good. I am down to 16 stitches. No, that's fine, Melissa. Are you kidding? Summer says it's not as noticeable with plush yarn, but for weight and smaller, it makes a world of difference. Well, I'm going to use this from now on. Thank you very much. Really cool. Not a distraction at all. I love this stuff. I have been crocheting for 30 plus years, And I am always learning something new. And a big part of that is because you guys suggest something or go, hey, have you tried this? Have you tried that? And I either didn't know it existed at all, i.e. that way of decreasing, which is pretty cool. I gotta say, I like it. It's gonna take a little getting used to though, because I'm so in the habit of like, pick up a loop, pick up a loop. But I like it. I like it. This is great. That's the beauty about crochet, you know? You could probably crochet your entire life and still be learning new stuff. Okay, one more row to go, and that is row 14. We're going to single crochet 2 together all the way around. I am going to use this new method here that Melissa just taught me. But before I do that, I'm just going to pull up on this loop. I'm going to start stuffing the head. So we've got a nice round head now. It's going to start closing in on the bottom, and we're going to start stuffing it. And I've got pom-pom yarn. Pom-pom yarn. All right. So let me just get my hook and stuff out of the way. So I'm just going to start I'm not even going to cut it. I'm just going to start sort of stuffing this pom-pom yarn into this body, or this head, I should say. And then I'll snip it when I feel like I've got enough in there. I am now very excited about this new decrease method.
Hey, you found a use for the pom-pom yarn.
Yeah!
Stuffing!
It's cute stuff. And I mean, I've used it for, you know, it's cute if you're gonna, but you see this.
You know what? That's what I would imagine the insides of a teddy bear would look like anyway. So
Aww, are teddy bears stuffed with pom-poms?
They're stuffed with little pom-pom strings.
That's so sweet. This pom-pom yarn hasn't even been used, and it already looks like it has been used. So, I don't know. It was cute. It's a cute little gimmick, but I didn't really enjoy working with it, but it makes fantastic stuffing. So, let's see here. Invisible decrease is the first one Krista learned. No kidding. And then she gets confused when she sees other people do it. Yeah, it's funny, you know, when you get used to, you learn something a certain way, whether you hold your hook a certain way or your yarn, or you learn a decrease a certain way, and then you see somebody doing something different, and you go, wait, what? Does anyone out here remember a TV show called Too Close for Comfort, asks Marie. I am rewatching it on Tubi on my phone, and boy, that TV show was a great one. No, I don't know that one. Is that an American TV show? Lisa asks, have you ever done Tunisian crochet in the round with a double-ended hook? If so, I would love to see a tutorial on it in the future sometime, please. Absolutely, Lisa. Yes. Tunisian in the round is actually, I think, easier than making Tunisian back and forth, because you can use as many or as few stitches at a time as you like. I will absolutely love to do a Tunisian in the round tutorial. That would be a great idea. Marie! Thank you, Marie! Marie has picked up a pattern in the Etsy shop. Thank you so much. I think that's enough for now. Okay, so I'm going to snip this pom-pom yarn. Wow, this is actually exquisite stuffing. So there, I found a very good use for it. So now I've got a nice round head that's fairly evenly stuffed. And I can still add a little more stuffing later if I want. I still have a row of decrease to do. So here we go. I'm going to put my hook back in. And now, let's see, make sure I'm not twisting anything here. Now we're going to work 2 single crochet together all the way around to get down to 8 stitches. So I'm going to do that decrease that Melissa mentioned here, that apparently I'm really late to the party on. There's 1. I'm going to mark my stitch. And 2. Oops. Keep trying to pick up a loop. And come on. 3. and 5. Is this taller or is that just me? I feel like this decrease might be a little on the tall side. Am I seeing things? 5. Oops. I really want to pick up a loop. All right, I think that's got to be 8. So down to 8. All right. I'm going to slip stitch in the next stitch. Why not? Fasten off, and I'm going to leave a long tail for sewing the head to the body later. So that's enough. I will fasten off. There we go. And the bottom of the neck stays open. I can add a little more stuffing to it later on if I want. And there is the teddy bear head done. And like I said earlier, if you were going to add safety eyes, you could add them before you stuffed. Obviously, if you stuffed it and then you think, oh darn, I want to add the eyes now, you can do that too. You can still get your finger in there. But it's probably easier to add safety eyes before you stuff and before you close in row 14. But that's the head. I will just park it to the side here. And let's get started on the legs. So we're going to build the body from the legs up. So now we started from the head to work down. That's that. We're going to start from the legs at the bottom and the feet, I should say, and work our way up. So we're going to make 2 legs identical. The only difference between them is the way they are finished off. So here we go. Let's start with leg number 1. Krista says it's just that yarn. Oh, so it's not really tall. That's just my imagination. It's just the yarn. Might be taller only because the other way is wider, says Carrie. Oh, that's true too. I'll have to try it. I'll have to try it in a more kind of like plain yarn and just sort of see what I end up with. Don't mind me, I'm just sipping on my hot chocolate. All right, here we go. 2 legs, absolutely identical. We're going to start with a cinch circle. So we're going to cross our yarn, reach through the circle, grab the yarn and pick it up, and chain 1. There's the circle. Ready to go. We're going to work over top of that short tail. You don't have to weave in tails. You just sort of keep them to the back because they end up on the inside of your pieces anyway. And we are going to work 8 single crochet into the circle, much like we did with the start of the head. So 8 single crochet into the cinch circle, making sure that we work over top of the short tail. I think that's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, that's 8. Cinch it up nice and tight. Hello, Beth. Beth has been a member for 2 months. Thank you, Beth. Beth says, catching a live for the first time in a while. Well, I'm so glad you could make it. Yes, it's good that we were able to do this in the afternoon. I know a lot of you can't necessarily make it at 1 o'clock, or I should say 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock. What time do we usually do it on Mondays? 11 o'clock. The hot chocolate's starting to take effect in my head. Yeah, you know, the middle of the day on a Monday, it's and depending on where you are, you know, maybe the time zone you're in doesn't always work out well, so it's fun to try and move them around a little bit. And today was a bit of a surprise. 8 single crochet in the first row of the leg. We are going to increase now to 16 stitches for row 2. That's 2 single crochet in each stitch all the way around. We're not joining our rows with a slip stitch. We are just working into the beginning of each row to kind of keep going around and around. So that's 2 single crochet in the first stitch, and I'm going to just mark the first stitch with my stitch marker. 2 single crochet into each stitch all the way around. That will bring us up to 16. And that's the only increase we have to do for the legs. Oh, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right. There's 16 stitches. That is row 2 complete. Now we just work straight for rows 3 through 11 because we're making a tube. Hello, hello! If you're just joining us, welcome, welcome! Happy Valentine's Day! So that's row stitch number 1, row number 3 started, just single crocheting in each stitch all the way around now. Making a tube, little tubes for the legs. All right. Starting row 4. Just single crocheting each stitch. I think I can probably see 1, 2, 3. I can see my rows now. Okay, so I'm going to leave my stitch marker off because I don't really need to pay attention to the first stitch of the row as much as I need to pay attention to how many rows I've done. And I can see that. So if you can sort of see, there's my first row. It's that kind of bump in the middle, and then you can see the bumps that represent the row. There's 2, 3, 4. So I'm just going to crochet around and around and around till I get to the end of row number 11. I'm going to make 2 legs absolutely identical. Mr. InStitches, did you make yourself a hot chocolate?
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
No, I did not.
No?
I poured myself a mystery drink.
Oh. Well, that's even more exciting.
It's a Valentine's mystery drink.
Valentine's mystery drink.
Rosie's Crochet Corner was asking if we were going to do another gaming and crochet on Friday afternoon. I have to clear it with the boss.
You have to clear it with the boss. We also have to...
What does the boss say? I don't know. Kind of have a lot of work with Friday's tutorial. We'll
see.
Try.
We'll see, yeah.
If not Friday, maybe over the weekend. But we absolutely plan to do another one soon, for sure.
Dizzy, is grape juice your mystery drink?
It's Tang. It's Kool-Aid. No, what's that stuff called? It's Crystal Light.
Crystal Light? Round and around and around I go, single crocheting in every single stitch to make a tube. I want 11 rows total. And I can always tell where the row should start or finish. So even if I don't use my stitch marker, I can always go back to the first row and I kind of flatten it out and I examine it until I see where row 1 kind of bump turns into row 2. And you can sort of see there's a little bump right there. So I know that's the very, very beginning. And I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've done 6 rows so far. I need to do 11 rows in total. Is Crystal Light the same as Arbor Mist? I think Arbor Mist, if I am not mistaken, Krista, is alcoholic, is it not? It sounds like a froofy wine, unless I've got it confused with something else. Oh my gosh, we'd love to play Stardew Valley, Lisa, but we both want to play that together. I love that game so much. Has anybody, to break away momentarily, is anybody who's into gaming, has anyone gotten Stardew Valley on their tablet or phone? Because I know you can get it from the Play Store to play like the mobile version. Has anyone gotten that? I'm considering it. Arbor Mist is wine. Okay. Comes in different flavors. Arbor Mist is a fruity wine, says Tammy. Hi, Lorraine. Morning. Lisa says, totally worth it. Takes a minute to get used to tapping to move, but you soon pick it up. Okay, well, it's not very expensive, and I just love that game so much. I love to support indie designers and indie developers any way we can, especially when we love their projects. So I think I probably will pick. I've bought it on every other
I can't
device
believe
we
you
have.
haven't yet.
I know.
We have it on PC.
PC,
we have it on
Switch. Yeah, I love it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, a couple more
Stardew
rows.
Valley is the type of game you should have on all your devices.
Yeah, it's just the coziest, sweetest. Oh my gosh, I love that game so much. So I like working the legs from the bottom up because you get this nice kind of flat little rounded foot. You can also work them from the top down as we did in our little mini teddy bear pattern that we did live, gosh, a few years ago now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But I think I kind of like this version better. So where is the start? So that's the start. I'm going to just put my stitch marker there, and then I will count once I get up to it. So I need 11 rows in total. So here we go. All right, so that's where row 1 turns into row 2. So I know I'm at the beginning. Otherwise, if I was using my stitch marker to mark each row, I would probably have finished back here. I'd want to single crochet into each of the next 2 stitches just to make sure that I even up the top. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 11 stitches, or 11 rows, I should say. And there are 16 stitches in each row. So this is the end of leg number 1. For the end of leg number 1, I'm going to slip stitch into that next stitch and fasten off. I don't need to leave any tail for sewing or anything. There is no sewing for the body parts down here. I'm just going to tuck that into the bottom. I will add some stuffing to it a little later on. And I'm going to start leg number 2. It's exactly the same as leg number 1. We just finish it a little bit differently. So I'm going to start with a stitch, or a slip stitch, a cinch circle. Chain 1 to secure the circle, and 8 single crochet over top of that short tail to get started. There we go. Susie says, do you still play Animal Crossing? I picked it up just before Christmas and played a little bit. Actually, you know what? It wasn't Christmas. It was Halloween. I picked it up at Halloween to play because I like trick-or-treating with everybody. But I don't think I've picked it up since then. Mostly because I actually haven't had a lot of time to play games recently. I've been just sort of playing, like if I have, you know, like a scrap of time to myself, I might just play like a Sudoku or a little bit of a match 3 or something. I haven't been able to really dedicate my brain to a video game in a while because I've been busy with other projects, but I still love that game. And I did get the Animal Crossing, that home designer, Happy Home Designer add-on game. I just love that too. It's so cute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, cinch it up nice and tight. 2 single crochet in each stitch all the way around, and I will use my stitch marker here just so I can keep track for increase purposes. So stitch marker goes there. 2 single crochet in each stitch all the way around. We'll go from 8 to 16. And that's 16 stitches. There we go. And now it's just rows 3 through 11, straight single crochet in each stitch all the way around, no joining of rows. And I just want to get to 11 rows total. I want it to look exactly like leg number 1. So making 2 identical legs. And I will just start single crocheting straight. Round and around and around I go. Round and around and around. Mr. InStitches is calling out all the lurkers. Hello, hello lurkers. If you are working while lurking, then happy Valentine's Day to you too.
There's a price. If you're a lurker here on the live stream, you have to click the like button. We promise we won't jump scare you or attack you. Just sneak in here and just tap the like button, and then you can go back to your little corner.
Go back to lurking. I'm a lurker. When I watch a live stream, I'm a lurker. I'm usually busy doing something with my hands, so I'm not typically in the chat. Although sometimes I kind of pop in and say the odd thing, but usually I lurk. I'm a lurker. Happy Valentine's Day, Carolyn. Oh, I am still enjoying this hot chocolate, and it's still kind of warm. Andrea is painting by numbers while listening. Oh, I love painting. I think if you're crafty and creative, you kind of just try a little bit of everything. I love painting. If I had multiple arms and multiple heads and multiple days in each day, I think I would probably be doing a different, I'd probably be doing about 20 different crafts at the same time.
A shout out to Cheryl's niece, who is currently learning to crochet
Woohoo!
while lurking.
Congratulations!
Big shout out. Hello, hello.
Welcome to the world of crochet. Betty's lurking while working. Love it. Melissa's working on another pot holder. Katie's lurking while working.
Song, working 9 to 5? Well, our crew is lurking 9 to 5.
Tatiana is lurking while getting supper ready. Lurking while cooking.
Lurking 9 to 5.
Hi, Shan. Shan's also lurking. I used to chat, but I lurk now. Yeah. See, it's fine.
You still get points for lurking.
Yes, it was yesterday for you, Lorraine.
You get some crochet points.
Valentine's Day has already happened in Australia. So those of us who are in the pink today are in the Western Hemisphere, I guess.
Oh, Carol never got a cha-ching.
Carol never got a cha-ching.
We're getting a big cha-ching for Carol. Here it comes.
Is my thing not working?
Carol purchased our pattern today.
Carol!
Sometimes it doesn't go off, Carol. We're sorry about that.
Yeah, let me just double check here.
It's finicky.
Maybe it went off earlier?
You know, if there were a couple coming through at the same time, it might not show them.
It might not have.
Yeah.
But thank you, Carol.
So big thank you to Carol.
Carrie is now done working while lurking, so she's just chatting while chilling.
Thank you to everyone sending hearts and emojis.
Elaine just finished the Fair Isle blanket. Woohoo! And 2 Christmas tree skirts. Wow! Oh, and a Christmas tree skirt. 2 whips off my list. Doesn't it feel good when you get a whip finished? I love that feeling. Hi, Anne. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. No worries if you are late. This live is still going to be here if you want to catch up making a plushy teddy bear a little later on. We will definitely be continuing this bear pattern live in a little while because I don't want to push it today. We're going to go for a decent length of a party, I would say. Get a few pieces of this little guy done and then, or girl, maybe this is a pink bear. Maybe this is a little girl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we will pick up wherever we leave off with the next live stream. I kind of like, stringing a few live streams together to take our time working on a project. That feels good. All right, I have foregone using the stitch marker because I am going to use the where row 1 turns into row 2 as my little indicator that that's where I need to end my last stitch. I think I need maybe one more. Yeah, one more. So quick count. Row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 11 rows. This is the end of leg 2. So I am not slip stitching. I am not fastening off. I am going to put a stitch marker, however, in the last stitch. So I'm going to pull up. Actually, I don't even have to do that. I'm just going to pull up so that it's marked. And then we're going to stuff the leg. So I need to put a little bit of stuffing in each leg.
Trouble Creative Corner, are you asking if there's going to be a live stream on Monday? Because if that's what you're asking, the answer is yes. We live stream every Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern.
Sorry, I'm just grabbing more of this. Don't want to overstuff my legs. Yes, we live stream on Mondays. And I can add a little more a little bit later, but yeah, that's probably good enough. So there's one. Shan says she did our dishcloth. That's the one from the Monday live stream. Awesome. Who's ready for daylight savings time? Oh, boo. Are we still doing that? Do we still have to do that silly thing? So we all stumble around exhausted and
we would
confused?
like them to stop all this time shifting.
It is completely pointless. If
That's
you're a
just our
farmer,
humble
you don't
opinion.
do it anyway, so...
We consider it ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I guess that's this weekend, is it?
I can't believe it's already here.
I
Is
know.
that
I
for
feel
real?
like we just turned back.
I feel like we
Crazy.
just went back.
Frau Lynn is lurking while doing the dishes. That's good enough. There we go. Melissa made everybody, all of the teachers and students gift bags with goodies for her niece's school. Oh, nice. Oh my gosh, that's wonderful. Wow, that's a lot of crocheting. Easter is in March this year, Krista. It's like crazy early. It's like the last weekend in March. I guess because it follows the lunar calendar. And I guess the moon is backed up or something. I don't know. But I just know it's really, really early this year. Okay, so here are my two legs. I've got them both a little bit stuffed, and now I'm going to start working on the body, and we do that by building directly off the legs. So I'm going to put my hook back in leg number 2 in my working loop. It's so squiggly and twisty. There we go. Back in the loop. I'm going to hold both legs together. So holding leg 1 next to leg 2. Why does this feel like this one looks a little bit shorter? If I hold these together, they look about there. Yeah, they're the same. All right, you know what? I'm just going to put an extra stitch in here. There we go. So you hold leg 1 next to leg 2, and then you single crochet directly into the next stitch on leg 1, and anywhere is fine. So just pick a stitch wherever happens to be nearby. Single crochet into it and single crochet into each stitch all the way around leg 1. So I'm going to single crochet into the first 2 stitches on leg buffering.
I believe there is a mild buffering going on, but it should fix itself soon.
I think we buffered a little bit there, everybody, but we're back.
Take a second to let it catch up.
Linda's got an interesting question. I just joined the live stream. Hi, Linda. I'm curious why you're not using white stuffing. Do pom-poms work better? I do not have any pillow stuffing at the moment. I didn't feel I needed any because I've got a lot of scrap yarn to use up, including this pom-pom yarn, which is literally useless for me for any other project, but it does make excellent stuffing for amigurumi. I like to use up my scrap yarn, my scrap fabric, chopped up fabric, t-shirt, socks, stuff like that. It makes really good stuffing if you don't have any pillow stuffing or you don't want to go out and buy any. Pillow stuffing is nice and light, but frankly so is this pom-pom yarn. So that's why I'm using the pom-pom yarn. It makes perfectly decent stuffing, and I didn't have to run out and get any more pillow stuffing or cannibalize a pillow. It's back. All right.
Just a little quirk, a habit is to lurk. That's from Bonnie.
Oh, I like that. Just a little quirk. A habit is to lurk. I like lurking. We like our lurkers. So I'm going to put that to the back. Okay, so I've single crocheted in every single stitch all the way around what was leg 1. And now I'm going to make sure I don't use the stitch that I left from and stitch in leg number 2. I'm going to go into the next stitch and just continue crocheting. And I'm going to try and make those stitches nice and tight because I don't want any gaps between the legs. And then I will single crochet in every single stitch around leg number 2. So it sounds a little funny, but it works just fine. Basically, you are finishing leg 2. You are not chaining, you are not slip stitching, you're not doing anything. You're just continuing to single crochet into all of the stitches of leg number 1, all the way around. And then when you finish all the way, coming all the way around leg 1, you just continue single crocheting in every stitch all the way around leg number 2. And then you're back to where you left, basically where you started, which is where I put my stitch marker. You'll have 32 stitches all together because you have 16 stitches around each leg. And that's my last stitch. And I can take my stitch marker out. So I'm just going to take my hook out, and you can see now that I've got both of my legs attached. They're attached, and now we're going to continue to build the body off of the legs. We'll be single crocheting around and around and around. I'm going to put my hook back in my loop. And for rows 13 to 21, so considering that row 1 would be down here at the bottom of a leg, all the way up to row 11, row 12 is where we join the 2 legs together, and both of these legs are rows 1 through 11. Row 12, they're both joined together. Row 13 through 21, we just single crochet in each stitch all the way around. And I will be using my stitch marker to mark the first stitch of each row, just so I remember where I started, because sometimes the front and the back start to look the same and I'll lose track. So I'm always going to mark the first stitch of the row. Rows 13 to 21, a single crochet in each stitch all the way around. You'll have 32 stitches in each row, and we're just building the body now. And you can add stuffing as you go if you want to. Well, goodness gracious, Carrie, thank you so much. Alma, have you done anything with your pom-pom yarn, or are you going to use it like stuffing as I am? I like sewing, or I should say I enjoy sewing, but I like being able to crochet things together wherever I can, Regina. So yeah, this is handy. This is nice. No sewing required for the legs and the body, at least. A little bit of sewing to attach the head and the arms and the other little bits, the ears and stuff, but not a lot. Lorraine says it looks cute already. Thanks, Lorraine. Yeah, it's the pink fluffy yarn. This makes everything look cute. I think I'm going to get a few rows into the body here. And so that's got to be row 13 finished. Take the stitch marker out. Starting row 14. Get a couple stitches in. Put the stitch marker back. There we go. Single crochet in each stitch all the way around. The pattern for our bear, we refreshed it. So we've refreshed it because it's 10 years old. So we added a couple little things to it. And it's in the shop as our sneaky sale today. It also includes some some quick and easy information on using bulky size 6 yarn or holding multiple strands of yarn together if you wanted to make a really big bear. Or if you wanted to alternatively make a really adorable tiny bear using thread or embroidery floss, there's just some quick little instructions on using that. Maybe the hooks you might want to try and or at least start with. You can also play with hook size, yarn weight, yarn texture. This is one of those, it's almost like I would consider it a larger scrap project. So you need about 100 yards, 90 to 100 yards of your regular bear color. So less than a regular skein of yarn. But you could make all of the pieces different colors if you want. You could be a real patchwork bear. You could make each leg, each arm, the head, the body. You could make it all different colors. You know, you could experiment with different kinds of yarn, different textures, different fibers even. Like you could make it out of wool scraps. It's a toy, and I love this kind of a toy. This is an old-fashioned way to make a toy, not just because we're, you know, making it from scratch and stitching it together, but toys used to be made from whatever was lying around, you know, like if you had leftover fabric for making clothing, you might make a quilt, and then maybe you'd make a little toy for one of the kids in the family. Same thing with knitting. So I love these kinds of projects. They feel very nostalgic to me.
Do you have a suggestion for using Lion Brand 6-weight homespun, a pattern for that yarn?
The homespun 6-weight, it's actually pretty easy to read. It's I like that yarn. It's anywhere, any place you would use a size 6 yarn for, like big bulky shawls, big bulky cardigans, blankets. That yarn, that is great for that. It's not stiff like blanket yarn, also in the size 6 category. So it's not going to, thank you, me. It's not going to stand in for a yarn that it's not going to stand in a project that requires like a stiffness. Like our baskets, for example, our big, beautiful basket can be made using one strand of your typical Bernat blanket yarn, that size 6 chunky, like that chenille kind of blanket yarn, that polyester stuff, but it's also kind of stiff. The home, that particular Lion Brand yarn, that size 6 it's really nice yarn. It's kind of almost got a bit of silkiness to it. It is not stiff, so it is better for wearables and blankets that call for a bulky weight yarn. So I would use it for those. Like if you were going to make one of those hexagon cardigans, for example, it would make a really nice chunky hexagon cardigan because it's big, so your hexagons will build up much faster than they would if you were using regular size 4 yarn. It'll be cozy, it'll be really pretty. You know, those big shell stitches will look kind of neat because you're using the big bulky weight yarn. Hey Renee with a super chat. Thank you so much. Renee says, good morning. I'm not going to buy the pattern, but wanted to show my appreciation. I want to make this pattern later. Well, thank you for the appreciation. Thank you so much, Renee. We appreciate the support. And yes, absolutely. If you're just popping in now, don't worry. The live stream is going to just get sort of cataloged. It's not going anywhere, so you can pop in and rewatch it later. And we're going to do it in pieces. So we've got the head made. We've got the legs and sort of half the body made. We're probably going to call it in a few minutes, just so, you know, we've gone a couple hours or about an hour and a half, so we don't want to like exhaust everybody. But we will definitely pick this up where we started or where we finished off for our next live stream.
What is the hook size you are using?
I am currently using a 4.5 millimeter hook, also known as a size 7. And I'm using a size 5 bulky, chunky, plushy yarn. And yes, you can use a smaller hook with this kind of yarn. It just makes for smaller, tighter stitches and a very plushy little body on this teddy bear. I'm already kind of enjoying how this is coming together. So let me see. I have to work from rows 13 to 21 in each single crochet all the way around. So I start at the bottom just to make sort of keep track of where I'm at. That's row 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right, I've just finished row 16. So I'm going to work to row 17 here. Ding, ding, ding. Hi, Katie. Katie's been a member for 6 months. Thank you, Katie. Katie has a membership milestone, and she says, love this live so much. Well, happy Valentine's Day to you, too. I will make this bear at a later point as I'm working and lurking. Well, we're glad you're going to lurk. Lurk while work.
Lurkers are welcome
Lurk
here.
at work.
We welcome all our lurkers.
We love our lurkers. We love everybody in the chat. We're just glad you're all here hanging out. Nothing like a little bit of a sweet treat on a Valentine's Day. I made cake for Mr. InStitches. I will have a piece of it a little later if there's any left.
If there's any left.
Chris says, using a size 6 plushy yarn, would you suggest going up to a 5mm hook? Yes. And if the 5 is just too difficult, given the yarn, so not all size 6s are the same, if you were going to try and use that blanket yarn, you might find that the 6 is too small because it is sort of stiff because it's that funny sort of almost grabby polyester. So go up again to a 6.5. If that's still too small, try a 7 and so on. What you're going for is a nice dense stitch. So if you want to try the yarn under single crochet because you have loose tension, that will help make a denser stitch. If you have no problem with tension and you're trying to use the size 6 yarn and your stitching is just too tight or it's too awkward, go up a hook size. If it's too loose, go down a hook size. It's not written in stone what hook size you have to use for this bear or even what yarn weight you have to use. It will, of course, the yarn weight and the hook size will change the overall height of the bear. But as you can tell, these are the legs. We're halfway through the body. This is the head. He's going to be about 30 centimeters or 12 inches tall, you know, in this range. So size 4, size 5 weight yarn. If you use a size 6, you know what? Is he around? I started one of these guys in a size 6 bulky. If I find him later, I'll bring him to the next live stream. He's massive. And I think I used a size 7mm hook. No, or even an 8. I think I used an 8mm for that. Goodness gracious. Marie. Hi, Marie. Marie's been a member for 5 months. Thank you, Marie. Marie with a membership milestone says, Happy Valentine's Day, Jayda and Mr. InStitches. I wanted to thank you so much for showing how to make the shower poof. I have made several of them so far. Awesome. Yes, in fact, I think we shared your photograph with everybody, Marie. Really, really pretty. And Maeve. Maeve's been a member for 8 months. Hi, Maeve. Maeve says, this is going to be the cutest bear. I love plushies and stuffies. Me too. I will be making one of these, at least one, at a later point. Great! Like we said, the whole video series, this teddy bear series, will be up forever. We're going to create its own little playlist. And you know what? We might even make it some clothes. We'll see. This feels like a nice February kind of project, you know, making a teddy bear. It doesn't just have to be for Valentine's Day or even Easter for that matter. You know what, guys? I'm going to get to row 21 of this body, and then I think we will call it for the day. It is starting to kind of get dark out there, and I do owe Mr. InStitches a Valentine's Day supper, too, which I'm going to have to start preparing.
Chocolate cake and supper?
It is,
wow.
It gets so dark in February so quickly. But we will, of course, pick it up right where we left off when we come back to the next live stream. Not a stitch will be missed. Hey, Regina! Regina with a membership milestone. Regina's been a member for 8 months. Glad you could make it. I love the company too, Cheryl. You guys are the best community on the internet. I know we say it a lot, but it's true. You are creative, you are supportive, you are funny. You all are so wonderful to each other. This is such a great group. 18. I'm at row 18. Couple more rows, 3 more to be exact, and I will be at row 21. And that will be the majority of the body made. So single crochet in every stitch all the way around. Still only 32 stitches per row, but you can see like there's the legs and the little body coming together now. Hey, Deanna. Deanna says this would make a really cute bunny if the ears were altered too. Oh, yes, absolutely. I was thinking about making one in blue off camera, and then making ears for it so that we've got a bear and a bunny. I might do that because I have some blue plushy yarn that's the same that I've been itching to use. And I think a blue bunny would be so cute. Perfect for Easter, of course. Just rounding the bend here on row 18. Row 18 is in the history books, starting row 19. I'm going to just mark that. That's the first stitch of row 19. Bunnies for Easter, absolutely. What yarn is this, says Renee. This is Premier Parfait. I don't know if they're still making it. I used this same pink to make the strawberry, or plush strawberry, a couple of live streams ago. And it's great stuff. I would buy it again if they're still making it because I just love how absolutely soft and squishy it is, and the colors are fabulous. My only kind of gripe with this yarn is that it really twists. Like, it twists like crazy. So if you're trying to rewind this into a cake, it'll take you quite a while because it wants to twist quite a bit. But it doesn't really unwind from the middle all that badly. Like, I'm not having any trouble crocheting here. So that was row 19, row 20. 2 more rows to go, and then we will call it for the day. A blue chicken. Yes, that's a great idea, Lisa. Yes, I bought it off of Amazon, Dizzy. Exactly. It was coming in 3 packs. Those are back in the days when Amazon had amazing deals on yarn. Eddie, thank you for picking up a pattern. Thank you so much. Rosie says last year she made crochet Easter bunnies. Did you? I love bunnies. I've made a lot of different crochet bunnies over the years. I think I've made more bunnies than any other animal. I guess I'm kind of crazy about bunnies. Oh, they are making it still. Oh, good to hear, Kristen. You just made an axolotl with it? Awesome. Hey, is Summer still here? Summer, you want to make another axolotl? That was row 20. Coming up on row 21, I think I'm going to move my start to the middle. I want my start to be directly over my legs, so I'm just basically marking the front so that I know I've done a complete circle all the way around, because I know my stitch count isn't changing. I just want to make sure that I'm not sort of ending half a row early. So I'm marking the front of my bear. This is row 21 of the body. I will be stopping at the end of row 21 for this evening, so I can start dinner. But we will pick up where we left off. If you picked up the pattern, feel free to stitch ahead and make yourself a bear. I'm going to dig out the great big bear that I made. I used this pattern, and I made one using super bulky weight yarn. I just remembered him like 5 minutes ago. So I'm going to dig him out, and I'll show you what he looks like in the next live stream, so you can get an idea of just how big they'll upsize if you change up the yarn. And that is the end of row 21. So I'm going to call it there for the day. This is looking so cute. Yeah, so I'll show you the big bulky one I made next live stream. He still needs his face. He still needs a few things. So maybe I'll be finishing him as we work on the bears, so that you can kind of see a big one coming together too. And we'll pick this up next live stream, which currently is scheduled for Monday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern. Unless for some reason we can clear up our schedules and we can go earlier, it'll be Monday that we see you all next, and we will continue working on our bear. I might stuff him, just sort of stuff his legs and his body. Actually, I guess I can take that out because I know I finished at this top. So I'll just, you know what, I'll just add a little stuffing while we're just sort of wrapping things up here. I hope you all enjoyed hanging out with us. Thank you so much for all of you who were able to make it. I know it was sort of a surprise, little last minute thing.
If anyone has any questions about the little bear pattern or anything like that,
yeah, any questions
put
so
them
far?
in the chat.
Otherwise, we'll just pick right up where we left off next chat. I hope you all have a lovely evening, whether you are doing something special or not. I think we're just going to have dinner and maybe watch a movie or something. The usual. And this was my Valentine's Day party. I made a cake for Mister, and I got to hang out with you guys today. Yeah, I'm just going to keep stuffing him. I will stuff him up, so the next time, I'm just going to have a little bit more stuffing in him next time you see him. Not all the way up, just because I'm going to keep crocheting. We're not done the body yet, but we will continue that next time. Yeah, all right, everybody. Take care. Have a wonderful evening. We will see you Friday. We will have a video for you Friday. Next live stream will probably be next Monday, though. So anything you want to add, Mr. InStitches?
No, I think I was just waiting to see if any questions came in, but it looks like everyone's just saying bye and thank you, and we'll see you next time.
Perfect.
So big happy Valentine's Day to everyone.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Have a wonderful evening or morning or middle of the night, wherever you are. And we'll see you Friday.
Yep. Have a great evening, guys, and we'll see you
Bye-bye.
Friday.